Okay, we're doing it, Willie.
What's
Max.
up? What's up?
All right, so we're in New Jersey. We came here.
Lovely day.
We're doing the
Yeah.
Willis is doing the IBJJF New Jersey Open. I was supposed to do it, but I sadly, when people say they injured themselves, nothing can be more factual than I injured myself. I literally was rolling with Salim on Monday night. He was in Turtle doing literally just defending against chokes. I ended up getting my grips. And then I was going for a clock choke. And as I was making my way around him, I popped my rib. He literally did nothing, the poor guy. And the funniest thing is that, you want to know how cool Salim is?
How cool is he?
He's so epic. He literally had nothing to do with my injury. Nothing at all. I mean, he literally was, it could have been, again, he was literally not even moving. But he still checks up on me. He still sends me a message being like, hey, I hope you're okay. I'm sorry about this.
I
was like, dude, you had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but I feel like when your partner gets hurt, you have somewhat responsibility to check up on them. Like, when I injure somebody, I feel really, really bad.
Yeah,
but
when you had something to do with it.
But even if, like, I don't know, it just shows what type of person he is. He's just very caring.
100%.
And like, sorry.
My bad.
Oh, good. Even when people get injured, I don't know.
Dude, all I'm saying, there's some people, bro, I'm not kidding, who have actually legit injured me, like popped my elbow and haven't sent me a message. Like, they've popped my elbow. You know what I mean?
Do you remember
like,
this?
Salim didn't do anything to me and he's checking up on me. Damn it, I love you, Salim.
Yeah. That just made me remember a story with you. Remember, I won't say names, but there was a certain guy who would be really aggressive with you. And then you told me.
Yes, I remember.
And
Take
then,
him out.
my
white belt days, I was like, Willis, help me.
Yeah, I didn't
best.
understand, but then I realized what was going on.
And then
that's when I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to turn it up on this guy. And
that was the best.
I wanted to say names, but...
Good times. I actually remember that. That's so funny. I was like, yeah, this dude always hurts me when we roll.
And
you were like, which dude?
Yep.
It's like, that guy.
Yep. I'm all right. I'm going to fuck him up.
Messed him up. That was the best.
Language, sorry.
Yeah, no, we don't care.
Okay.
That's super awesome. But yeah, I do love Salim, and he's super awesome. He really is super awesome. And so now, anyways, we're here. Mm-hmm. We drove here. When we were at the... I want to tell them this story.
Go for it.
We were at the... when we went to rent our car, because we're in a car rental, the dude, it was like two dudes. It was really funny because they were like I understand sales and stuff.
It was the main guy and the hype man.
Yeah, dude.
It was like he was setting it up and he was going for the knockout.
Yes,
bro. I set you up and he knocks you out.
It was so funny how they were working off of each other.
Yep.
Like, finish the statement and then the other guy would add a little bonus fact.
And we ate it up.
Yeah, we did.
We believed this was the best choice. I was like, you know what? These two guys look nice.
Yeah,
everything was in sync.
Yes.
And just like, we ate it up. We're like, you know what? Yeah. And I'm like, sounds about right. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, here's what it is. So ultimately, they told us, hey, for the same price, we'll give you an electric car. You'll save money on gas, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, all right, like, we are going to New Jersey. Like, hey, cool. Like, maybe we could save a couple of bucks.
You and I have never driven an electric car before either. So it wasn't going to give me an experience.
Yes, exactly. Like, hey, you know what? This is a great time to learn this little shindig. So anyways, we went for the electric car. They gave us this Hyundai thing, which is awesome, like, in its own respect.
Honestly,
I'm not shitting
it's a nice
on the car.
No.
But for the purpose here, because we're driving from Montreal to New Jersey, it's like, whatever, I don't know, 600 kilometers. But the range on the car is like, I don't know, 430?
400
at
kilometers. At full 100%.
At full 100%
At 80, we're
charge.
looking at like 350.
Yeah. And so when you're driving, at one point, you're like, yo, I got to put gas. And when you read about this online, it says like, oh, there are fast charging stations, like super charging stations. And they say like, you could fill up your whole car kind of thing in like 10 minutes. Yo. not all cars are capable of doing the supercharging fast bullet thing.
Only Teslas.
Only Teslas and like some like crazy brands or some stuff. This car ain't that guy. So when we want to put electricity into this thing, to get it to 80% charge takes 45 minutes to an hour. That's the 80%.
That was from 20 to 80.
Yeah, from 20 to 80 was like 45 minutes.
I can't even imagine 0.
And then if you want to go 80 to 100, for whatever reason, it sounds like it's like the last couple of pounds you're trying to lose in a weight cut. The 80 to 100% takes another hour. So if you want to fully charge this thing, you're there for, let's say, 90 minutes. But dude, we're driving to New Jersey. Like, you don't want to stop and
I hate to
wait
cut
for
you
the
off,
car.
but are we even charging?
You know, you're right.
Are we even charging?
This is a situation.
See, this is what we mean about electric cars.
Yeah. What is this situation? It says simultaneous charging available. I don't think we're charging.
Oh, wait. Time restart.
Temps restant, yeah. Okay.
20 minutes. Okay, my bad.
Well, I mean, I'm happy, but let's just make sure. It does say touch the start there, but maybe because of the other dude.
Maybe.
All right, let's check, because now the battery says 64%. And it actually tells us that it's going to take an hour and 11 minutes to get to 100%.
From 64% to 100%.
Yes.
But only going to take...
Okay, it went up 1%.
Yeah, so
we're
okay,
good.
we're on. I was just a little bit
Thank
worried.
God, dude.
I was a little bit worried.
I would be too. But an hour and 11 minutes for 35%. The last 20% of an electric charge, for whatever reason, takes a super long time. It's like they're jamming in that juice.
Can somebody explain that to me? Like, why from, like, the last 20% takes so long?
We got to have nerds assemble.
Yes, please.
And anyway,
Please educate me.
So now we had to charge the car 2 times on our way to New Jersey. And both times, like, you have to find a charging station, which is not super crazy. You're going to find some. But finding a charging station is in itself like a thing. And honestly, if charging stations are full, you're waiting.
That's what we had to do.
We had to do yesterday at the Walmart.
Yep.
Like, we waited, like, whatever. We didn't wait long. We waited like 20 minutes. But, dude, 20 minutes plus 45 minutes to charge the thing, and plus the 10-15 minute detour it took you to get to that freaking Walmart. Like, yo, we're tacking on a lot of time here. Like, it took us like 10 hours to get to freaking
I
Jersey.
get if you're used to electric cars and you had it all planned out and blah 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 from point A to point B to point B.
And
to
you
point
had
C,
a Tesla.
And you had a Tesla.
That takes 10 minutes.
I guess
That would make sense.
that would make sense, but
This don't
random
make
guys
sense.
like us who just, hey, spontaneously, let's rent a electric car, have no experience with it, and maybe
And
we're just getting old.
Yeah, we are probably getting old. And honestly, I think, like, because we're not members of these charging stations, like they ask you to have like membership cards, you're getting charged a little bit more than you normally would be. And I think that's like even like whatever silly kind of what's the
because
word I'm
even
looking
like
for?
now that the guy who mentioned it to you, now I'm looking at the charging station. This is EV Go.
Yes.
It's a different brand of charging compared to the other one that I saw, which was not the same.
Yes.
And then there's also like the brand Tesla itself that has their own charging system.
Yes.
So that's probably another membership
like it's
or
another
something.
membership network, like, and you only get deals if you're on that membership. Like, every time we've charged, we've been paying like $20, like $20 a couple of times. I'm like, American. I'm like, okay, like, what's the real saving here? We're not saving that much money, but we are wasting a whole lot of time. Anyways, bottom line is we're sitting in the car. We're competing today. Well, I'm going to just go up to the guy, shake his hand, and tell him I'm sorry I can't compete. But Willis is competing today, and we have another 3-4 hours before Willis's matches, and we're just making sure that the car that has another hour and 8 minutes to charge is gonna be fully charged, so that when we're done we can kind of make our way back without too much chaos. Like,
we'll have to do another charge for sure.
For sure. 2 maybe. That's what we did on the way here.
That's true.
You know, like we did once at the Walmart yesterday. We did another time at the Hyundai dealership.
Yeah, the Kia. Funny enough, it was the Kia. The funny enough was Kia itself.
This is a Kia?
Yeah, this is a Kia.
Oh, I thought it was a Hyundai. All right, so we did once at the Kia, once at the Walmart. That's 2, dude.
But we also tried to do at the
and
Apple
we had
Green.
a full tank.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need 2 to get home.
Yeah. We have to find one
So
that
this will
also.
be the full tank, and then we're gonna have to stop potentially twice.
We're also gonna have to find one that accepts your credit card. Remember that one? We stopped on a second one before the Walmart and it just did not accept your credit cards.
And I literally have every credit card. Like, most people don't have an American Express. Like, I have American Express, Visa, MasterCard, you name it, different banks of it, and it wasn't taking any of them. Anyways, these people are Nazis. Willis, how do you feel about how are you feeling about your matches?
Good. Can't complain. A little bit of a rough cut. I haven't done this cut in a while. It's like last night. I was a little bit stressing. Granted, I was normally back in the day. I would do this water loading and cut, and I would be on point. But I was still a little bit over, and
Well, let me ask you, like, so that everybody could kind of have the human experience here. Man, I'm so annoyed that I spilled this coffee on my shirt.
I don't
Right
know
out
why,
of the gates, dude.
I don't
Right
know why
out of
she,
the gates.
why she filled,
it up to the till,
till.
eh? She got me, that
Yeah.
lady. But she also said, I don't know if you guys can see this, you're awesome.
That brightened your
So,
day.
that was definitely nice. And to do these little logos here, like that. Oh, something fell on the wire. This takes a little time.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice. So I am awesome. Thank you, lady. So what is the, like you were saying before, you were like, oh, you're feeling a little bit, like what are the kind of nerves that you feel before like a tournament? And
Honestly, panic attacks. Like we've talked about this before.
yeah, panic. I mean, like,
Just
what are the thoughts more that are going through your mind?
oh, how is the match going to play out? Overthinking about this, overthinking about that. What happens if you pass my guard? Oh, what happens? I'm stuck inside control and I can't get out. Stuff like that, or like.
I think that's actually very common. It's actually super common. It's like, I'm not sorry. Don't take this in a silly way, but like when this is a thing that stays with us. And the thing is that the people who are more forthcoming are white belts. So a lot of white belts ask me, hey, oh, I'm going to compete this. And they're like, I need to learn close guard. I need to learn this. I need to learn that. And what if the guy does this? And what if the guy does that? And then there's this, and then there's that. And I'm like, let's just call the person Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jeremy, at one point, you can't know everything. Like, nobody knows everything. Black belts don't know everything. There's always dark areas where you're like, yo, I don't know. And I told him, I would tell, like, super beginners, I would be like, do you know these 1 or 2 things? And they would be like, yeah. I'd be like, okay, well, let's leave the rest to instinct. Because, honestly, you can't learn it all. But let's just trust in your instinct. And I think that's a way to kind of stop that thought that starts running away, like, oh, well, what if I'm in this situation? What if I'm in that situation? It's like, yeah, you know, like, imagine you went about your day like that, like, oh my God, what if there was a bomb, or what if there was a volcano, or what if there was an earthquake, or what if there was a this, or what if there was a torrential rain, or what if there was, what if, like, at one point, like, you're just kind of gotta be like, you know what? I gotta just trust in my instincts here. Like, this is not my first role, like, for a white belt, you know, and in your case, it's like your, you know, 10,000th role or whatever it is. Like, you have to just kind of accept that there are things that are going to be left to your instinct.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of?
I mean, I tend to do this all the time. I always overthink before a competition, like what if. But it's like I'm doing these competition really helps me because it just gets me, like we were talking about the whole psychological thing earlier, and I'm developing a way to like change gears and make that switch where, like you said, forget about all the XYZs and just trust yourself and just go.
Yes.
And I'm still 6 years into it. I'm still having trouble with that, but when I hit those mats, I'm able to switch it. But
one thing is, everybody, this is like a working progress for everybody. I don't care who you are. We're all fighting that fight. Like, and I believe that it never goes away. But you did say something yesterday, or like, yeah, I think it was yesterday, where you were like, when my feet touch the mat, like that's there's like a demarcation point for you where as soon as, like you were saying something yesterday, like as soon as your feet touch the mat, like you have this weird thing where you really lock in. Like you were saying, like as soon as my feet touch the mat, I lock in. What were you?
Yeah, it's like that little ritual I normally have, and it's like this all the time in every competition. I panic. I think about overthinking this X, Y, Z. What's gonna happen? Oh, maybe this won't work, and then what am I gonna do and all that. But then it's funny, and it always happens. It's like once I'm on the mat, my feet hits the mat, and I walk to the ref. Everything to me, it's just like everything is gone. My mind is kind of like blank, and it's go time. It doesn't matter. Let's fucking go.
I love that. I love that.
It's that honestly, it's a refreshing. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a great feeling to have, because like it doesn't matter anymore. All that pressure is gone.
Wow.
I'm just gonna go.
That's amazing.
But I hate how I put so much pressure to myself leading up to it. And I know at the end of the day, this is just a hobby and everything. But like, I think it's just because I hold myself to a higher standard, and I just want, and like we were talking about, I want to win. I want to win.
That has to be the goal. Winning is the goal. And I don't say that, like, again, this is just my opinion. I don't say that in a way to be like douchey about it, like where it's like, oh, if you lose, you're a loser. No.
No.
Winning is the goal. Like, we're going into this thing with the mindset of winning. If you walk into this thing with the mindset of like I'm gonna lose, like
You've already defeated.
what are we
you've already
even
lost.
doing here?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what are we even doing here? Literally, like in a very literal way. Like, what the hell are we even doing here? So, for sure, you want to win, and you have to have that mindset. But if you don't win, like, that's where we have to make sure and see, like, hey, how did you process that whole scenario? Like, I went through that, like, in the Ontario Open, where like I didn't win, and then I went through all these weird motions, like mentally, where I was like, oh, you know, like initially I was just super upset because I wanted to win in front of the team, like all wrong reasons, you know, like I wanted to perform in front of our team, I wanted to make our team proud, blah blah blah. Like I started putting pressure on myself when I started thinking like that. And as soon as you start thinking like that, you're just not focused on what needs to get done and the things that you need to do in order to get the best result. Really, the rep that I got coming out of the Ontario Open was like I have to be able to entertain those thoughts of like wanting to win in front of others and blah 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 for my ego. Like I need to entertain those thoughts, but I need to also remind myself of like my focus. And my focus is, hey, you need to I need to focus on the things that put me in a flow state for my jiu-jitsu to flow. So it doesn't matter how I win or how I perform. Like it matters that I'm thinking straight and that I'm doing jiu-jitsu and that I'm proving to myself.
You don't want that extra baggage. That's it.
That's right, dude. It is extra baggage. It is. You want a little hit of coffee?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Oh, you had a double there.
I had a double. I think I'm like maybe 600 milligrams of caffeine in right now.
How come? From just the coffees?
Oh no! Well, there's coffee, and then I popped a caffeine pill too.
Whoa, dude! Why would you do that?
Because I'm hungry and like it suppresses until weigh-ins. Then that's when I'm gonna recover.
You're nonsense, bro. You're gonna have the jitters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, ultimately, what I'm saying is like we all deal with that mental. I don't know what the word is. Like, I mean, I do. Like, we all deal with that self-doubt and that thing up to the event. I think the thing that I'd love to be able to communicate to everybody is that, and this was the analogy that we were saying in the car yesterday. When you choose to compete, to whatever extent you can manage these things, that nervous energy and that angst that comes with it, it's part of it. It's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is literally part of the experience. You need to accept when you signed your name on that paper that says, I am competing on this day, that you will have moments where you will feel nervous, where you'll feel anxious, where your brain will do self-doubt, where your brain will do everything it can to try and get you to avoid and stop and not do the thing you set out to do. And your whole training is to not suppress that feeling. It's to not push that feeling away. It's to accept that feeling. It's to understand this feeling comes with the territory. It came the moment that I signed on the dotted line. I made a contract that I was willing to accept these feelings of panic, less anxiety, what ifs, whatever your move is to kind of mind fuck you into like feeling like I gotta get the hell out of here. It's part of it, dude. You got to accept that that is part of what is happening. Let's hope that this B thing charges, because we're in a funny situation.
I know.
With this
It's interesting.
Yes.
You want to tell him?
We'll see. Because I mean, the other dude said that the B doesn't work, so let's hope and pray.
Exactly.
You know. Well, I mean, it might reach. He's right on the limit. We're in a situation. We're at a charging station again, and the thing is that reason why there are two plugs, but there's a plug A and a plug B.
Plug A is on the left side, and plug B is on the right side. We're parked on the B side, but we were told that
by
the
car over
on the other charging station that the B doesn't work.
Yes.
So we took the
plug
A, but still sat on parking B.
Yes, and now a gentleman is now trying to use plug B, and let us see if it works. And if it does work, then our homie that was in parking lot C
was lying to us.
And this is just awkward because this guy's just gonna think we're dumb. So anyways, despite
I'll take it.
Exactly. Despite the feeling, he does have a weird look in his
it doesn't
eyes.
work. So I think it doesn't work. We're good.
We're good, right? Good. Is he pulling it out?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why, sir. Yes, and now he's looking around.
Yeah.
So the man did not lie.
Yes.
We say your name, parking lot C guy.
You know what? I find it funny that they named the charging station. This is Robin.
Oh, cool.
Keenan.
No way, Keenan.
Yeah.
One of my jiu-jitsu heroes.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That's funny.
Well, yes. So as soon as we sign our names, Willie, on the dotted line, the social contract is made. You need to accept. And again, we were saying this yesterday, and we will say it today. We cannot repress those feelings. You cannot. The way to handle that scenario is not by kind of ignoring those feelings. It's accepting and redirecting.
And I just want to add on, like, we've been training for 6 years. I've been competing a little bit more than you have. And like, everything you said is right. I tried to suppress it before, but it's always going to be there. You have to accept that it's always going to be there behind you and just seeping negative thoughts, but you have to accept that, and you just have to deal with it. You can run, like you said earlier, this can go away. All I have to say is I quit. And everything, the pressure, everything is gone. But then what does that mean?
You're not seeing it through, man.
I'm not seeing it through.
You're not getting the reps. You're not doing the hard things.
Yeah.
You're not dealing with this difficult
because I know I need to compete to get better.
Yes.
And our plan is for Worlds.
Yes.
And we need competition reps.
Yes.
And this is the only way to do it.
This is almost a bigger rep than actually. I mean, obviously your performance it matters big time.
Mm-hmm.
But this mental rep,
it's the mental rep.
It's a huge rep, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a huge rep. Being able to accept those feelings of self-doubt, of panic, of XYZ, whatever your move is, like being able to accept those things. And then when I say accept, I mean like you need to acknowledge them. You cannot suppress them. The analogy that we were giving in the car yesterday was, and this is not my analogy, like this has been given by many kind of experts, like psychological experts. They say like, if you try to resist these feelings, like self-doubt, and by resist we mean you're like, you act like it doesn't exist, or you ignore the feeling. It's like trying to keep a beach ball underwater. It takes so much energy to literally resist the thought that you're having, which is like, yo, we're not good enough. We're not going to win. These guys are better than us. Like, to resist those thoughts, it's me like trying to hold down that balloon. It's like I have to look away. And it's hard. It's actual work. When you're in that mindset where you're trying to ignore those feelings, ignoring those feelings takes work. It takes energy. And when you're trying to, like, when you're battling that, holding down the ball, using up all that energy to ignore those, you're in the red, dude. You're full exhausted. Mm-hmm. So then when you actually have to do this thing that you have to do, dude, you're exhausted.
Yep.
Like, you are exhausted. So you cannot suppress those thoughts and try to push them away. It's like you're playing tug of war with them, and you're pulling with all your might, and they're giving you the exact same. It's giving you the exact same energy. So you're just getting exhausted.
It's not getting tired out.
You're gonna get tired out. And so eventually, when you say, you know what, I'm not gonna fight this. All right, mm-hmm. I am scared. I am worried. Mm-hmm. Like this and this can't happen. Like, you need to just accept it for what it is, and then say, but you know what? Despite my feelings that are normal. It's normal for me to feel this way. And that's like why I was hoping like we can have this conversation so that everybody knows like we all feel it. Mm-hmm. It's normal. And you say, you know what? It's normal. And this feeling right now, it's here and it's with me, and I do feel XYZ, and I feel nervous and I feel stressed, and I get why I feel that way. But I still have to do what I have to do.
Yeah.
You still have to do what you have to do despite those feelings. But we're not going to repress those feelings. We are just going to do what we have to do despite the feelings. They're going to be in us and they're present, but we're still going to have to go do our job. And our job is to keep training, is to get on that mat, do our best, focus in on the things that are going to make us good on the mat that day, and let's just get that rep. Like, the big thing that I know I'm repeating myself, but the most important point here, don't try to suppress those feelings. They're normal.
Yeah.
You have to work with them almost.
Yeah. You can't run away from it.
You can't run away from it. The more you try, dude, the more you try to shove that ball deeper down into the water, the more you're giving it that power. And guess what happens when you finally let go?
You're exhausted.
Poof! But the ball comes flying freaking through the water. It's like, pow! And you're like, whoa! And everybody looks up at it. And it's like, yeah, dude, you've been pushing it down. That's what... The deeper you try to push it down, the more freaking velocity you're giving it for when it's time for it to pop up. And it turns into legit attacks. Like, some people can be completely debilitated, you know? So the major thing here is like, hey, we get the mental reps in, and then, you know, we let our jiu-jitsu do what it has to do.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm hoping for today. So, like, if you can overcome sometimes, and I've tried to communicate this to white belts a lot, like after classes and, you know, even our blue belts. It's like, hey, like, you have to compete not because we care about the result, but for this experience, you know, this experience of understanding who you are and how you process hardships.
How you kind of navigate your own mind to reach that goal that you really want.
Yes, dude.
This is life.
Yes.
If you think about it, it's life. There's sometimes you're going to need to do uncomfortable things to reach your goals.
You're right. And just I'm going to keep drilling this point home. Accepting that this is the contract. It is going to be uncomfortable. Don't think for a second like it's not supposed to be, or the best in the world don't feel what you're feeling. Everybody feels this.
Yeah.
Everyone, literally, without fail. And yeah, that's the work that we all have to keep doing. So now, Willie, I think it's been maybe 20-some minutes, and we're at 81%.
I'm going to go off another rant.
Tell me.
Look at this. We're charging before it was like at 30 kilowatts, I guess, but now we're going at a 2, 3. No wonder it's gonna take
Hold on, how
48
come?
minutes.
For real?
Because
Why does it do
we're
that?
at 80.
Oh,
So-
at 80, it starts giving us 3 kilowatts. Like a dude,
Is
that's
that
like
what I'm
nothing.
Is that what I'm
I think
understanding?
it is, dude. When we were at the other charge station, it was saying this car, I think, does 60 or 80 kilowatts, and now it's doing this. Now it came up to 8.
Because I'm calling it out.
Dude, that's so funny. It went up to 20.
But you saw the 3.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that was nuts. This is a thing.
I just don't understand. This is why I won't get electric
Yeah.
until maybe the technology gets better.
Well, that's what we were saying. It was like if we were just living in the city and you didn't have to drive to New Jersey, I think honestly, like, and you had a plug at home, honestly, dope. Like, this would make perfect sense. But for these kind of long hauls, like this specific trip, yo, you just want to get to where you want to go. Yeah. Like, you don't want to stop for it. I mean, if you're lucky, you're like, wow, I wish there was like this awesome restaurant and I could plug the car and eat my food. But that's not the case. No. Like, we're charging at freaking Kia dealerships and Walmart parking lots. Yeah, and now we're in a Target parking lot.
Target parking lot. You know? This guy, like, I don't know how long this guy's been charging.
Yeah, that's our homie from
yeah, he's been here 40 minutes and he went out and went shopping at Target and came back and still... Yeah. I think he's cleaning his car. Yeah, he's cleaning his car too.
There you go. That's what
you got the time.
It's teaching him patience. Yeah, and so that's that. I wish we had a white belt question to kind of go over, but we kind of don't. But yeah, anyways, so we got here. We're in New Jersey, and since I don't have to make weight. Well, I mean, I make weight no matter what, but. I really feel bad for you. Last night you didn't eat all of yesterday, dude. You literally didn't eat.
I mean, it was fasting, dried mangoes, and maybe like
2 bites of a protein bar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, shout out to Max. Max, we went to we were in New Jersey. Well, we were in somewhere in America, and we walked into like a gas station. It was a gas station. It was a Sunoco or whatever it's called. Yeah. Sunoco. I don't even know. And we go into the gas station, and there were like these egg sandwiches that were wrapped up in like tin foil. And I was like, damn, I got to do this. And it was like already 4 p.m. So those egg sandwiches have probably been there for a while.
The entire morning, probably like 9.
They looked so big, and the foil, and it wrote cheese on them. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, so I got that, and I got a protein bar. And for those who are wondering how it tastes,
chocolate, chewy, like
the protein bar.
For you, right?
Yeah, no, but the actual egg sandwich that I bought was. I even asked the dude. I was like, "Hey, what kind of bread is it?" And he was like, "It's a bagel." But let me tell you, a bagel in the U.S. is not a bagel in Canada. Whatever that thing was, it was literally like.
It was like a half croissant / a loaf of bread.
Yeah, have you ever seen those Portuguese buns, and more on the croissant-y side? Anyways. It was like a roll.
Yeah.
It was like.
But when you open it up, all it was like just bread, one single egg, and a little bit of sauce. But the size was like maybe this big.
Yeah, it was so funny.
And then you really look deep into it. You're like, there's not much in there.
There's not much in there. But anyways, I got a protein bar that was like, some random protein bar. And out of all the protein bars, this is shout out to you, Max. Willis chose the protein bar that me and you chose when we were at the Kushtar the other day, which was like
maple.
It was
donut
it was
glaze.
like a maple donut glaze, and I was like, damn, both Max and Willis chose the same protein bar, but in different countries. Like these guys, and it was the maple, and I was like, I think it's because you guys are super Canadian, I guess.
Maybe.
But like, I found it very funny because I can't imagine an American being like, that's the one I want. Anyway, so Willis had 2 bites of that. What else did you eat? 2 pieces of mango.
Yeah. Other than that, I was on caffeine. Just had 1 liter of water, and then woke up this morning. Finally took the piss, and then I'm on weight. Now I'm drinking. A little bit of wiggle room, so finished my protein bar.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Had 2 shots of espresso.
That's good.
And just waiting for another piss, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you should be fine. Wow, this dude has a brush, bro. Like a painter's brush.
Oh,
and he's dusting his car. It's amazing.
No joke.
And
When
bro, you want to really laugh? You know when he was talking to me, telling me the station was broken? He was smoking a blunt. So I was like, so now he's super high, and he's literally has like this like
a
you know those-
paintbrush for like painting.
yeah, and he's just dusting his dash, and he's probably super high, dude. It's kind of early to get high. I mean, nothing.
What type of car is that actually?
What does that say on there?
Fix.
It's probably like us.
Fixer?
Anyways, this guy's a hero. He saved us a headache because I would have never understood that plug doesn't work, dude.
And then we would have been
I would
frustrated.
have been like super annoyed. We would have been here longer. Like, we're at 84%. We're almost there. I mean,
So you're telling me
45 more minutes.
it took us 15 minutes
Yeah.
to get 4%.
Yeah, literally, dude. What is it? Now we're at 25 kilowatts, though. That's kind of good.
That's good, but like that's half of what we were doing from 20 to 80.
Yeah. Man, this is a lifestyle, eh? Like, charging your car?
I don't think I'm not into this.
No.
My life is for better or worse, I always need to be in constant movement.
Yeah, you were saying that yesterday. I love that about you, actually.
I just got to be moving.
I like that. But yeah, we're kind of stuck here.
But like you said, this teaches patience,
Yeah.
which I do not have.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I do not have patience.
I mean, you know what's funny? I think everyone has it in different, because you teach at the school, like, and when somebody asks you a question, like a technique question, you have an insane amount of patience. Like, you're willing to sit with somebody for literally freaking 30, 40 minutes teaching them something.
Yeah.
Bro, that's like, they asked you, I don't know, something about that.
But I'm very passionate about that.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
but that's patience, dude. Like, you're sitting with the dude for 30 minutes, like, and walking them through they don't know how to even do anything, and you're kind of walking them through it, like,
Yeah, step one to step.
yeah, bro, that's a lot of
B.
patience,
Yeah.
bro. Most people are like, okay,
But like when I do that, I want to make sure the person understands. Just to understand everything.
yeah, but that's patience.
Yeah,
you have a lot of patience in those moments. So it's that there are areas in our life where we have like an insane amount of patience, and then there are other areas where we literally have no patience.
And that's in a car and in traffic.
Yeah, dude, you know when I have no patience?
What's that?
When I'm standing in line. Bro, when I'm standing in line at anything, my patience is at 0. Bro, I don't know where I went. This is such a long story. But anyways, bottom line is that I was in an airport and I was waiting in line to see
notorious for lines.
yeah, but the other, they're like, you go into this line, and other people were going into the, let's call it like the self-checkout, the kiosks where they could just beep, boop, 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 boop. And I was standing there and there was like 4 people in front of me. 4. But we were in like the human line, like that you have to give your passport and your stuff to
the
like
customs,
the custom
the
agent.
Yes.
And the other people were just going through. Bro, a whole bus. You know how sometimes like an airport brings a bus? A whole bus went, finished, the line was empty, and I was still behind the same 4 dudes. And I looked behind me and I was like looking at the lady like, yo, can I go to that line? And she's like, no. Another bus came, and that whole other bus got emptied. And I looked at the lady again and I was like, lady, what are we doing here? Like, 2 full buses just finished, and I'm still waiting for Eric over here.
That's probably 100 people passed before
bro,
you.
literally
even-
100.
Yeah. Like it's
I know this is an exaggerated case, like it doesn't really drill my point home, but like even if it was like a 2-minute wait, I get insanely impatient. I start
That's
looking
funny.
around.
That's
I'm
really
like
funny.
judging how people are doing their
And
job. Like it's a whole
I
thing.
feel like
dude.
you're a very patient person.
I am, like, but in this moment, like, you're gonna look at me, like, I'm gonna start looking around. I'm starting to analyze. That line is moving fast. This person is really good at their job. This person's having small talk. This person isn't having small talk. Why is she talking to me? Don't talk to me. I feel like that in the doctor's office. Oh my God. I'm sitting there, dude. Anyways, I have no patience in those scenarios. So, all that to say, depending on the scene, sometimes we have a lot of patience. Sometimes we have no patience. You also, being a chef, I mean, dude,
There's a lot of patience.
it's a lot of patience, I'm assuming, to cut up all that stuff, bro.
It's just
Like
the grind.
prep
Yeah.
and then...
And then teaching people, and then
Oh, no, dude. We have
management.
another guy coming
Oh no.
in. Should we tell this guy? I mean, now we know.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, listen. Let's tell him. I'm going
Let's,
to wait for him to get out, and I'm going to say, listen, the plug doesn't... I'm going to practice on you.
Okay, go.
The plug doesn't work. If you want to try it, you can try it. Maybe I just didn't figure it out. But that's why I used plug A, and I'm parked in plug B. And I am sorry, sir, who has very tinted windows. Wow, this is a badass car. Oh, it's an Acura. Cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see how this conversation goes. Maybe I should act, or not act, like I should put it on a little bit, being like, oh, there's the name to the thing, Robin. Or I was wondering where you were saying, where you were seeing the name.
Yeah, right on top of the screens.
Dude, maybe in Montreal I'm gonna go to one of these stations and I'm just gonna write my name on it. You're like, yo, this is the Abbey station. This guy's not coming out of his car though. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
It's a lady. Oh, it is? I'm not sure. Sorry. Hi, how are you? I tried the plug B, and I don't think it works. If you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. But the guy before you also tried, and it also didn't work. We did our duty, Willis. We got 2 okays. Let's see if she tries it. Ah, she's taking my word for it. Very nice. Americans are different, dude. I'm telling you, Canadians are, and this is not a knock, Canadians are insanely polite.
Yeah.
And, he's finally done. The high guy is done. Look, you can take his spot,
Yeah, exactly.
lady. But, man, this guy was here forever. Oh my God, pack of cigarettes in the hands too. This guy's living
You know what's
life.
really funny?
And
Do
he's jacked.
you know he looks like a UFC fighter?
Yeah.
Do you know former UFC fighter Mike Perry?
Yes, of course.
He looks like that.
That's so true, dude.
Like, but just
Maybe it is him.
No, not. There's no.
Dude, that's also
That's-
funny. The border guy.
Oh man.
I can't believe this border agent kind of shot us like gave
Kind of,
us a,
give us a rough time.
You gave us a
I thought
shot
I was
there.
like,
It's
what is
weird.
he doing? Like, is he being serious? Like, I don't want to cause trouble and
Yeah.
be sassy to him, but
Let's get sassy here, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, another alien. So he was like, hey, what are you guys going to do in the U.S.? We're like, jiu-jitsu tournament. He's like, jiu-jitsu tournament? You guys don't look like you do jiu-jitsu. And I was like, what? What do you mean, man? And he's like,
you guys don't have any cauliflower
you don't
ears?
even have cauliflower ears.
I'm like, I have one.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, no, I do have one.
But you were like, I have a small one.
I have a small one. It's like,
damn,
that's
Willis.
nothing.
Yeah. He was like,
Calls
"Ah."
me out like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to respond to that.
No,
Because, like, if I become, like, snarky
Oh, yeah.
and sassy,
We're there for a while, dude.
and
And we don't
Yeah.
even get in.
we don't even get
Yeah,
in.
We lose all our
Yeah.
cash.
And remember that time when we lost, like, an hour and a half with Benoit when we went to the States?
Oh, yeah. We don't want that situation. But anyways, what did he say? Right when we were walking off, even driving off, I think he said something along the lines of like, he was like, "Oh, good luck." I don't know. He shot a last shot. Like he was also snarky on the way out. I was like, "You bum!" Like,
He just I don't know.
But
he
he
wanted to flex a little bit.
yeah,
he was definitely a flex.
He was a little flexy.
I was a little caught off guard and
Yeah.
offended.
Yes.
But I understood the situation. Like, I have to hold this in.
Yes.
And just be
Yes.
polite.
The best move would have been like, "Hey, do you train?
Yeah.
What do you do?" Because
Invite him over to the gym. Let's go.
We're not far, bud.
Yeah.
Let's test it out. That's really But anyways, the American vibe, like you people are more. I know, people in Canada are super polite. Like you have that same interaction that I just had. The person would have probably gone, "Oh, thank you. Oh, really?" You know. Them they just kind of look away and they're like,
Look, from what I just saw, she was annoyed
Yeah.
and she was like,
But
she's on the phone and she's like, who is this guy talking to me?
Yeah.
Like, that's the
Yeah,
vibe I got.
But that's a Canadian thing. I really think that this is just, she wasn't annoyed. She just was, that's American demeanor. It's just like, you mind your business and you go your way and you just say thank you. These water jugs. That's a big water jug.
You want water?
No, I'm good. I just wanted to see. All right, so we got 34 more minutes. But Willis, we're gonna wrap things up. What do we have? Do we have any final remarks here for the people?
No,
What are we thinking?
Hey,
Hey, actually,
recap?
dude, two questions. One.
Shoot.
Well, I don't want to tell you like how do you think things are gonna go today, but like, give me a little bit of your like what's gonna be your routine now? Like you're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
What's your how are you gonna
Scope
play
up the
this?
place.
Yeah.
Feel the vibes. That's how the younger kids say it.
Yes.
Feel the energy. It's probably gonna be full of testosterone.
I like it.
Check out the venue. Ease myself into it. I guess at that 1 hour mark before I'm being called for the weigh-ins, warm up. That's one recent thing that I think really helps. Yeah, is getting a good warm up in. I think funny enough, it was Brandon Reed who told me about his routine, and I just followed it way like a year ago, and like it's really changed how I perform in competition.
Amazing.
And just going back from what he said, it's like once you warm up like a good warm up, it's like you've already done a match. And if you think about it, your first match, even at the gym, it's always a little bit sluggish. You're a little bit warm, but not really fully warm. And then in your second match at the gym or the second round, like I feel like a different person. Like I'm faster. Everything is like check. I'm warmed up, ready to go.
I hope I'm gonna be able to give you like a good warm up, dude. My rib is destroyed, but like
I'll find ways.
no, we'll see what.
I'll do my inversions in the wall.
I don't even want to say it, but like I get hurt from the warm up. It's like, whoa, the worst case scenario.
No. I mean,
we'll be okay.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'll find ways to warm up. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. This is very good. And also
second question.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna tell you like, okay, so we get to the venue, you feel the energy, you soak it in a little bit, you get the vibes as the youngins say, and then you're planning on warming up 1 hour before your match. And what about kind of like again, like I'm big on this piece, so like how do you, like, are you gonna have some time for your own thoughts? Like, are you gonna sit down and kind of like,
funny enough, I mean, you
like
guys kind of
getting
saw
your music?
on
in the YouTube video.
Yeah, with Nico there.
The Ontario Open.
I actually enjoy singing, so
I love that.
Just pop up some like anime or
That's
K-pop or even
amazing,
pop.
dude.
Sometimes like punk rock, and I'm just singing,
That's
having a
amazing.
good time.
Yes.
And honestly, that's how I kind of found a way to accept. It's not pushing my self-doubts, but just finding another way, accepting it, but having another outing, I guess, a vice. I don't know how you can call it, but to make myself feel happy. And me, it's like singing karaoke because I'm Asian.
I love that, dude. Dude, that's the best. Like having these doing these like rituals. It's also part of it. Like this whole thing here, there's a lot of layers to this. Like we're just talking about one layer, which is like, hey, don't kind of like suppress those bad feelings. It comes with the game. It comes with the territory. Accept them, redirect. And, part of this is putting yourself in that good, I like to call it the right chemistry. And to put yourself in the right chemistry, like you do need to do feel good things, like sing, think about fun stuff. Like I watch like motivational stuff, like I love that stuff. Like me, it gets me in the right chemistry. Like I feel it, dude. It's like when you watch a movie and there's like a sentimental scene or like the hero's journey, and it's like it's going down and it like gives you a bit of goosebumps and it like you feel it. Like we want to feel that. So you need to kind of adjust the chemistry, and then like if it's singing, if it's whatever it is, like dog videos, cat videos, honestly, as silly as that sounds, whatever puts you in the right chemistry.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, and whatever floats your boat, like you got to do. So like you're going to have so you're planning some time to be able to kind of sit down.
Yeah. Normally it would be like maybe a good 30-minute warm up, and then maybe like that downtime. That's when I'm like, okay, yes, those feelings are coming out. Let's do something to not distract it, but to feel good too at the same time. And just that, to me, it's singing. So it's just like listen to a good song, and just
these are invaluable insights, man. Like again, we're not suppressing. We're saying, okay, like I am feeling these things, and this is part of the game. But then also like, okay, but I still have to do what I have to do. And part of what I have to do here is like
I mean,
get right. And part of getting right is like, okay, like let me listen to some music. Let me see
I
how
would
I
hate
feel.
to always just feel like shitty the entire way going towards the match. I want to feel good. Like
should.
that's a terrible way to live. It's like constant stress, bro. No,
No.
I and these little things that I do makes me
Mm-hmm.
happy,
And you should.
and that's what's gonna help me get to the mats before I lock in and compete.
And that's what I'm gonna like sometimes I'm gonna start saying that to people. I'm gonna be like, yo, adjust your chemistry. That just means like, yo, okay, like I'm not telling you not to live your self-doubt and blah blah blah, not to acknowledge those feelings. Like I am telling you, yo, okay, now we acknowledged and now we need to redirect towards something that will serve you. Something that's going to make your performance optimal. And that's getting in the right chemistry. So what's your thing? Like listening to music, singing, dancing. You see these guys walking into the UFC. It's all kinds, dude.
Yeah,
Some guys are dancing.
Yeah.
Some guys are praying. Some
Yeah.
guys have these mantras that they repeat to themselves. You know, like get yourself right. You know, so I think that's like a real important piece. So you have the warm up. You have the what we're now dubbing like getting your chemistry
ritual
right
a
and your
little bit.
ritual.
And then beating the scale.
Beating the scale is a
Beating
big
the
piece.
scale, and then hits the mat, shake the hand of the ref, shake my hand opponent, and then just
Do you?
yeah, exactly.
Well,
Nothing
Willis,
much.
we're excited to see the outcome,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we can. Again, we're excited to see the outcome. That doesn't mean we want or have not want that we have to have a certain outcome.
That's it. Like just recapping. Like if I just go in this thinking like I have to win gold, I have to win gold. That's just putting extra stress and baggage onto myself. First of all, let's get past the first opponent. Don't think of further ahead. I get my mind right. Win these little battles before you win the war.
Yeah,
That's it.
and the little battles are how you're going to show up, how you're going to warm up, how you're going to get your chemistry right, and how you're going to step onto that mat and give yourself a chance for your jiu-jitsu to come.
Because at the end of the day, it's like I always feel like going in these matches, anything can happen. But let's put ourselves in the best position that we can perform. Put ourselves in to form, and it doesn't matter. You're gonna leave it in the mats. Leave it.
Dude, do you believe that like you can actually lose a match, but be super, super, super proud of your performance?
Yes, absolutely. 2 years ago at Ontario Open, that I was so proud of my performance,
Dude.
Even if
I was there.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Even though I
you
lost.
did not let up. It was so uplifting. And P.S. you should have won that match. The ref screwed you. Unbelievable match, bro.
To this day,
Unbelievable.
I
You
still like.
didn't let up. You showed so many different sides of your jiu-jitsu in that match. It was incredible. And I'm so annoyed that we don't have the video.
Highs and lows. That match was
What a
probably
match, dude.
Even though I lost, no.
You left nothing.
That's it. It proved to myself that I could push it when I needed to. Like what those youngings says. I got that dog in me.
Dude, that was like the finals. Like it was like a finals match. Like you put it all on the line in that match. Like you didn't let up at all, dude.
Even
you
in
were
the final
fighting.
seconds, I was like,
yeah, bro, it was crazy.
just go for that single and
I
just
remember
slop it,
that.
not slop it, and then just.
Oh, it was so amazing. It was so crazy. And dude, just to say to end the story, yes, you did lose that match, but the guy that you lost to, again, I feel the ref made some mistakes with some point stuff. The guy that you lost to took 4 steps off the mat and started throwing up. So, like, just to say, I don't know.
I put it on him. That's
it was crazy, dude. Like that, you took everything out of that dude. Like he literally was throwing up. Had he thrown up earlier, you probably would have won.
Yeah.
But it was a really, really fun match. So yeah, you can lose and still
They had the best performance.
have the best, dude.
Like that day was like back in the day. That was like everything was right. I was doing everything right. And then just showing and just talking about that, it just can't be your day because like outside factors that you can't control.
It happened, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, like you can still. the win lose, like you can still be super proud of the match that you had and take whatever lesson and know that you when you did your side of the contract.
Exactly.
Dude. You did your side of the contract, and you never walk away from a match like that feeling bad.
You know what's funny? Now that you mention it, I was doing this interview or whatever you want podcast. I've been having these nerves, and I've just been accepting it. But just mentioning that, you just mentioning, reminding me like, the good. Even though I lost, but best performance feels good right now.
For sure, dude.
I like it's still there, but now I'm like, I've changed gears.
Yes, dude.
Like literally 5 seconds after talking, I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's the only thing that you're gonna really remember.
Yeah.
So that's what it has to be about, not the rest.
Thanks,
because
Abby.
the rest
I'm feeling good right now.
I'm proud of you, man. And the rest is, to some extent, out of your control. Not to some extent, complete. I wish Max was here to say it, because Max is like the ultimate realist. He'll tell you it is literally out of your control. The only piece that is in your control is what happened in that match.
Yes.
You gave. You did what was asked of you to do.
I
And
can
you
only
were
do
at
my
100.
part.
Yeah.
That's it. And I wish.
Hey, hopefully it gets the result it gets.
Exactly. I'm
Absolutely.
hoping the refs do their part properly, but it's just.
Regardless.
Yes.
Win, lose. The guy could have beat you without the refs. Like, you
That's
could have
true.
but you still, dude, you did on your end. We asked you to give your 100. You never gave up. You showed so many different layers to your jiu-jitsu. On the attacking side, I remember your open guard was crazy. And then on the defensive side, and then you went through adversity, and the guy almost subbed you, and then you got out of it. And then with almost no time left, we were screaming at you to get up for the single and take the guy down to get the final two and then win by the advantage. And you were completely gassed, dude, because you were fighting off that stupid mounted triangle. But eventually you did get up, and with no energy, like you were like fighting so hard to put the guy down, and you did put him down, but the bell rang.
Yeah.
And it was like so, and then the dude walks off and he pukes.
Yeah.
So you did your side of the contract, you know, like, and that's a wonderful thing. So we'll leave it at that, our peeps. So let's wish
Peace.
Willis a good luck, and let's do it. No. All right, let's hope this actually did the
Its job.